Hi everyone, welcome back to my Threads API using Python video series. In today's topic, what we are going to learn about is we will see how to publish any content using this Threads API, in which we will include text, image, and video type of content, and we will also see how we can control the replies, in which we are going to control who can reply to our threads, and secondly, we will see how to respond to someone's reply as well. After that, we will see how to check rate limit of this Threads API, because with this API you cannot upload unlimited content. There is some limit which is 250 posts within 24-hour period. And in the last, we will see how to repost any thread, right? So let's get started. Let me import libraries. Here I am saving my token and threads user ID in this JSON config file. If you would like to learn how to get this user ID and access token, you can refer to other videos of this same playlist. So let's see how to publish your content. Here there is a limitation that you cannot directly post your images from your local file system to threads. You have to upload your thread somewhere on internet, and you have to make it publicly accessible, and then you have to get that public URL and pass that URL to this Threads API, right? So instead of using any internet services, we are going to learn about how to host your image on internet for like short period of time, and when the job is done, we can just make it unavailable. And for that, what we are going to use is this ngrok service. So how to host an image, which is like you have to start a HTTP server using Python, and then you have to run this ngrok on your directory. So ngrok is providing a free service for testing your application. What it will do, that it will make the server available online, and then you can get the public URL of your medias, right? And this publish API is how it will work. It is creating a container using your public URL, and then when your container is ready, we have to use that container ID to publish your image videos, right? And when your upload is done, we are going to get our permanent link of that thread. And then what we'll do, we will stop this ngrok service. It means it will make our content unavailable on internet, and then we will stop this HTTP server, right? So let's see how to do that. This is the code to start this HTTP server and to start this ngrok service as well. So I'm starting HTTP server on port 8000, and when our server is started, I'm going to run this ngrok. I already added this ngrok in this directory. So here you can see I added this ngrok. I added a test image to test video as well, right? So to set up ngrok, it is very easy. I already showed it in our first video where we are setting all these resources for Threads API. So let's start that. You can see this image now available online. So just click on this link, click on visit site. It means our image is hosted online, right? And you can access it without any restrictions. So when your content public URL is available with you, you can publish your content, right? So for this example, I'm going to use some caption. So I will show you how to add new lines here as well, emojis as well, and text as well. There is a limitation while using these tags that only one tag is allowed per post, right? So you cannot add unlimited tags here, right? So let me grab this code for images. I will explain it in a minute. So here is the API of publishing content, and the API is simple: base URL, API version, your threads user ID, and then threads, right? You can get more details here in this post documentation, right? And currently we are covering this single threads. So what we can add to these API's query parameters? First one is our image URL that we got from this ngrok service. Second, which is media type. Here we are going to publish image, right? So that's why we are using image as a media type. Text, I added a caption here. Alt text is something that is useful for visual aid peoples, and I will show you in a minute how it will be visible in Threads application and our access token. Yeah. So we need to make a post request, and in return what we will get is our container ID. Here it is calling creation ID, right? So here is your ID, means your container is ready to be published, right? And how to publish that container is, instead of threads, you need to replace it with threads publish. Here you need to pass this creation ID and access token, that's all. So here it is providing this media ID, right? It means our image is available in our account. So let's see that, right? Here you can see our caption is fine with new lines, emojis, and one tag as well. Our image is fine as well. So let's see how to get that this link, right? After posting image, which is get a media link, where you need to pass this media ID that we got from this threads publish API, right? And in this we need to make a get request, and it in return it will give us this permanent link. Yeah, we already covered that in our previous video, so you can refer that. I'm just adding it to show you quickly how to get this permanent link. That's all. Right. So that's how you can post image type of threads. Now let's see how to post the video type of threads, right? In that you just need to replace image URL with video URL and media type equal to video. And here if you see we already generated this video URL. So let's check that. So it's publicly available. Let's run that. Let's publish it. So here you can see it is returning the error that requested resource does not exist. It means our container is not ready yet. So how to check that is we have this API where we need to pass our creation ID that we got from this first API. Yeah. And in fields you can get the status and error message. So let's say if there is any error while creating a container, it will return you that as well, right? So it is finished. Let's try to publish it again. it's done, right? Let's get the media link. Yeah, the video is available, right? So that's how you can publish image and videos. And as I mentioned, it is important to check your container status every time. So you can add that logic in your code, right? And as I mentioned, let me show you this alt text, how it will be visible in application. Here you need to enable this option from settings, and if they click on this alt, they will see such text, right? That we passed it here in alt text, right? So it is not useful, but I just included for the if you are publishing content for visual aid people as well. Now it's time to see how to post any text thread, right? So first we will see how to post a simple text in threads. So let me copy that. Yeah, let me remove that. Here what I'm going to publish is text media, and in text what I am passing, I want to pass some text, and let's say I want to add a link to that text thread that I can also do. So here I added some text and link, and let's publish it. We got this container ID. So in text type of media, you also have to create containers, right? It's not like it's limited to only image and video. So yeah, here you can see our text is here. We tagged one of the user in our text. We added a hashtag as well, and our link attachment is visible as a preview as well, right? So that's how you can publish a text type of threads. Yeah. And now let's see how to reply to any post. As I mentioned previously, it works kind of same as a publishing a content. So let's see how to reply, and for that we need to get this reply ID. In in earlier videos I showed you how to get this reply ID, right? So if you go to threads account, what I'm going to do is I want to reply to this reply, right? Which is me too. So let's see how to do that. And to control who can reply to our reply, that you can control with this parameter which is reply control, right? And I can assign that accounts you follow to your reply, right? So let's copy that, create a container, publish a container, and then get the refresh this one, right? So yeah, that's how can make a reply. And here you can see we applied this setting that profiles you follow only can reply. Yeah. And another type of example is quote a post, right? How we can do that is you have to get this ID of any media that you want to quote. Let me remove that. So here you can see I quoted my own post here. I used that media ID here in quote post ID. So that's how you can create a text thread and you can quote another post in your thread as well, right? So yeah, that's all for this publishing API. We covered how to upload text type of thread. If we replied to someone's post, we controlled who can reply to that. We quoted a post as well. We published images and videos as well, right? And now to make this publicly accessible images unavailable, you can stop this ngrok service and this http server as well, right? And I am currently in Jupyter Notebook, that's why this httpd shutdown will not work. What you can do is in cmd you can get your task id of that server, which is our case 3068, and then you can kill with this command, right? Here we just need to replace this task id. We are in Jupyter, that's why if you close that, it will restart your kernel, right? So that's why you see this error. But now the images are unavailable, right? And let's see how to check rate limit of this publishing API. Let me get these tokens again. Here to check rate limits, we need to use this endpoint, which is our user ID and threads publishing limit, right? So let's run that. Here you can see you allowed to post 250 and you used four of from them, and in reply you used two, right? There is a limitation of 1000 replies in 24-hour period and we use two here, right? So yeah, that's how you can monitor your publishing API triggers and add it to your logic. And in the end, as I mentioned, we are going to see how to repost any thread. We just need this media ID and the endpoint is media ID and repost. That's all. So let's see. Here you can see a user reposted this post. So yeah, that's all for the video. We covered almost everything. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks.